G'day Trendsetters. Today I'm coming to you with a video that has been requested many times, namely how do I assemble fun, amazing and more gravel routes, often from areas where I don't even reside. Whether you're a regular or a first-time visitor to the Gravel Cyclist YouTube channel, I love exploring the gravelly roads less travelled. This is how you go bush bashing, folks, and no whacking furries. I do not leverage off of websites such as Gravel Map or Strava. This crap is like quicksand. That point aside, some of those resources are obviously fun for some people, and I totally get it. Whoa. Quick note, if you're a cyclist on a time crunch, some of these tips may not be relevant to you. However, you can use some of them to assemble, produce and more a reasonably short route that's an hour long, 2 hours long and so on, depending on what's available in your location. I'm no Fred Astaire. Here are some of my pre-reqs, tips and a detailed look at how I actually design a course. Number one, make sure you have a ton of time to go exploring. I hate having limitations on time, so Saturday, Sunday, if you're on vacation, perfect. Pre-req number two, my routes must include interesting towns. I love riding through and exploring small town USA and more. And also those towns double as resupply points, which leads to pre-req number three. No loitering, no profanity, no drinking of alcoholic beverages. So in other words, you can't say words such as pre-req number three. I like a route with plenty of resupply options. Now I know a ton of folks are into bike packing, slack packing and more, but I despise nothing worse than lugging around a bloody bike that weighs about 47 pounds and rides like a truck. I like my bike to be somewhat svelte, and that means I'm not going to carry more than 2 litres of water on board. What are you eating there? Guaranteed vomit on the couch later on tonight. All right, you know what it's time to do? Time to get on to RidewithGPS on the laptop and start plotting out a route. Let's see what I can come up with. Okay, Trendsetters, I've randomly chosen Grandview, Texas, which is, when I zoom out here, just south of the Dallas Metroplex. And there are some good dirt roads in this area. I have ridden around here before, and this is a route I had in my head. I'm going to obviously start in Grandview and hopefully taking a couple of towns. I'm interested in visiting this little town called Italy. That's going to be the main focal point of this ride, and potentially another town or two on the way. So, first thing, a good parking spot is always something useful, and I think it would be beneficial to start near Grandview City Park. One thing I like to do, I like to notate my routes with different colours, so blue for pavement, and I like to use brown, indicating mixed surfaces. Okay, let's start the route just south of the park, and we'll take this hopefully quiet road out of town. And in fact, let's just take the little Google guy. See the line colours? That indicates the Google car has driven the road, so it's plonking down right there. And that's chip seal for sure. I know some parts of Texas are quite well known for chip seal. Let's go a little bit further south. And, well, that's quite fortunate. That's actually gravel right there, so sweet. Alright, so let's start plotting this. So obviously it goes to gravel. So I'm going to change the colour of the road. Now, let's have a look here, this road. There's the main road. You can see the dirt road, okay? And it continues, yes it does, continues on the other side. So, we're going to plot in that direction. Drag the Google guy over. Okay, so that's usually a good sign that this is dirt. Now, of course, there are paved roads that Google won't drive. So we're going to put the little guy on the intersection there. turn them around, and okay, it's pretty obvious across that right line that is gravel. But to confirm, I'll flick it into satellite view and zoom way in. And yeah, that is definitely next surface, dirt, whatever you want to call it. So we'll keep plotting that, put it back in the map view. So that's dirt all the way to there. Now I'm going to head south, but I want to check out an option for obviously going on this road here, which I'm assuming is paved. This one here as well. Okay, definitely paved. Now, what's this road here? Paved. Oh, look at that. We found another potential dirt road. Well, it's a farm track, I think. Could be dodgy. Oh no, I see it right there. It has a road name, so that's probably legit. So I'm going to flick it into the blue color for a second, and then change back to brown and head south. Alright, so still dirt. Going to assume that. Let's just, for giggles, put it in the satellite view again. Oh yeah, you can see easily in this view it is 100% dirt, and this is a legit road. There are houses along, as you can see. Those are big clues, so it's not a private road by any means, so no worries at all. Put it back into map view, zoom out. Alright, so Google's driven this road. Okay, so it looks like it goes back to pavement there, and you can see they'll be coming from this direction here. That's obviously dirt. And, well, the options here are to continue this direction, but I don't want to go that direction. I want to head over towards the little town of Italy, as I mentioned earlier. So I'm going to take this road here, which is probably pavement. Yes, it is. Looks pretty nice, actually. It looks nice and quiet. Righto. And then the... Okay, so here's another big clue. So, pavement potentially right there. Okay, definitely pavement. Yes, there's dirt road junction. So just to confirm, we'll just plot the route and we'll go to satellite view. Yeah, look at that. So obviously that's dirt. So change back to brown. Now the thing with navigation computers is this doesn't have any bearing about what you're going to see in the screen. You're basically just following a line, in my case on the Garmin. So this is just for your little archive of routes and so on. Okay, still legit. Oh, this is a nice little road, this one is. This one goes off quite a ways. Okay, we come back to pavement. It's pretty obvious right there. While we're in satellite view, this is moved down. Now, obviously, we've got a dirt road right here. And, okay, we've got another one right there. So, let's go back to map view for a second, zoom out. I'm trying to get the big picture to head in a southeasterly direction. So, yeah, this road here, you can see this looks pretty dodgy. I don't think this road's legit. Eventually, no, it's going the wrong direction anyway, so forget about that road. So we definitely want to head south. Alright, so we're on pavement for sure. And then, oh, look at this. This could be handy. So this is, well, we'll find if it's dirt or not. Probably not. It is. Wow. You don't see that too often where the Google person drives the dirt road. That makes my life nice and easy. 100% confirm it's dirt. No worries at all. Oh, we got choices here, haven't we? That's dirt, and it continues on dirt.
Oh my gosh, what a dilemma. Let's just zoom out a bit. Okay, so you see the problem with this road here? I just looked up. Doesn't go anywhere, dead end, so that's not an option. So we're going to follow the obvious choice here, keep plotting. Let's just get the little Google bloke. Still dirt, nice. Let's get the little Google guy and just drag him right there. Yeah, that's another road for sure. So Barry's Chapel Road. So we got no Google card 100% confirmed. So let's chuck it into satellite view. Oh yeah, that's no worries. So it's a interesting little U-shaped road. Nice. Then we reconnect with, looks like chip seal or something like that. So back into map view. And I want to keep heading south, but I want to zoom out for a second and see, okay, I'm heading in the right direction towards Italy. That's good. Zoom back in. You do a lot of zooming in and out when you build your own routes. It can be quite a tedious process, as you're seeing me build this route from scratch. Okay, so this road here, B Creek Road, is it legit? Well, it looks to be legit to me. It's hard to say if it's chip seal or gravel. I think it's, well, I'm just going to say it's gravel. It might just be Texas chip seal. Who knows? All right. Going to keep zooming out here because you can see I need to keep heading southeast, and this direction, well, that's not right, is it? So let's just zoom back in. So we've got no Google individual to help us out here, but we can use this clue as well. Chuck him on the corner of the dirt road. Make sure you see which direction the little arrow goes in. So you need to turn it around basically to get the right perspective. So coming from that direction, so that's chip seal for sure. All right, so I'm going to change the color. Obviously, you can be lazy and use one color, but you know I want to obviously be accurate with my route here. Look it up later on. And see this metric here where it says in RidewithGPS paved versus unpaved. You really can't trust that at all. The best way to find out is if the road's legit is by obviously riding it. All right, let's check out this road here. Okay, that's pavement of some kind, but we need to take it because it's going in the right direction. And plus, I like to avoid main roads where possible, even though some of these roads are, you know, probably pretty quiet. All right, so we don't have any. Oh no, we got the Google guide back, so that's helpful. All right, so yeah, this is. Yeah, it's hard to tell sometimes about the road surface, but yeah, that's chip seal in all directions for sure. And of course, right there, that's a private road, which would be probably amazing to ride, but we're not going to be jumping any fences potentially in this route. All right, so we're going to head south, and there's 35 East, major road. I'm going to go straight underneath that. Now let's just zoom out again. Look at that. We're almost in Italy. This road here, obviously not going to work, but I want to pay a visit to the town and look around, see what's in the small town of Italy. So we're just going to randomly take back roads, that kind of thing, into town. This could also be a point to resupply and so on, convenience store, that sort of thing. So going to ride through town, stop if we see somewhere interesting. right, so we'll go there. Oops, undo that. Let's just go right there, do a little loop kind of thing. That works. Then we can get out of town. Obviously, when I roll into towns, I don't stick to this part of the map really. I generally stooge about, and then I get onto my route a little bit later on. So I want to try and avoid best as possible any of these busy roads here. And as you can see here, there are some store options. So you could obviously ride over towards interstate. Bear in mind it might be a little bit busy. Keep that in mind. All right, so we're going to be on this road, Highway 77, for a short time. Let's just have a quick look at it inside the Google. And the good news is there's a bike lane, so that helps quite a bit. Now we have to head in a northwest direction to get back to the start town of Ground View. So I'm going to take the road, the main road right there, Mosley Street. Let's have a look at this road here. Okay, that looks pretty quiet. So we'll take that. And the other thing is, okay, I'm going to take this back over the interstate, and there's a couple of stop options. You've got an Exxon gas station, a Lowe's travel stop, which are historically pretty busy, but you get my point. So you don't have to waste a whole bunch of time screwing around, getting resupplies and so on. Let's zoom out a bit. Yeah, so I don't have a lot of options here. You can tell just from these roads on the map, those are private roads for sure, 100%. Well, this one is. It was gated the map around this point when I looked before, so this is likely paved. But I'm going to check this road here. Could be interesting, so we'll zoom in a second. Bell Branch Road. So let's put the little Google bloke on the corner. So it might be dirt, gravel, etc. Yeah, it's hard to tell. It definitely is chip seal or something. So good sign right there. So we'll switch the color to brown just because. And I want to head back towards Grandview. So basically almost west north, if it makes sense. So we don't have any satellite assistance here. We're going to have to, we don't have any street view assistance here, so we're going to have to rely, whoops, undo that, rely on satellite mode to figure out what the deal is here. Okay, look at that big clue right there. Color of the road looks like mixed surfaces for sure, so we'll just keep following that. I'm going to put it back into map view. I switch back and forth because it just makes it a lot easier when you're navigating in this view versus trying to see through tree cover and stuff like that. Of course, tree cover is amazing along your route. Let's zoom out for a second here. Yeah, we're going to keep heading this direction, but just for giggles, I'm going to put it in the satellite. Yeah, that, I don't know. No, we're going to keep going in the direction as originally planned. I'm expecting some dodginess somewhere. It always usually rears its head whenever I plan my routes. That's part of the fun and adventure I find, of course, of building routes from scratch. It's always fun getting lost and getting found again, as I like to say. All right, let's grab the little Google bloke. Okay, so we've still got no street view action here, but we're going to park the route right there. And we'll flick it into satellite view again. All right, so, yeah, pavement. And of course, if you move south, there's more dirt. So there's plenty of options in this area. Probably spend all bloody day riding around here, but I'm shooting for a route that's maybe about 60 miles, something like that, about 100 kilometers, maybe a little bit over. It's always hard to say. Have a rough plan. Put it back to map view. So here's what's interesting. See, the Google seems to think this is unpaved. So we've got no street view bloke, but again, we put it back into satellite view, and yeah, that's, well, it is gravel, I'll be amazed, but I think it's bloody pavement, to be honest with you. Well, actually, let's move back a bit. I need to double check this. Let's just undo. See, this is part of the fun. So I'm going to zoom right in on satellite mode. Yeah, this might, I don't know. It's really hard to say. I mean, this is semantics here right now, to be honest with you. So we're going to say that it's pavement to about there, because it seems to be like a surface change around here. I'm just going to wing it and say, yeah, okay, it's dirt. You know, the only person I'm answering to is myself with this route planning. So, okay, right there, that's a big clue. It's definitely dirt, this section at least. So we'll just keep plotting along. Now, it looks like it's changing. Maybe dirt still. Little guy, no, not available still. So zoom out a bit, keep plotting. Oh, right there, look at that. That's, yeah, 100% dirt for sure. The earlier sheets might have been chip seal, I don't know, but this is definitely dirt. So we'll keep following that. And okay, here we go. So we've got another paved road. Let's put it back into map view. I want to zoom out. Get the lay of the land, so to speak. So, okay, little Google blokes driven these roads. So we're going to put it into blue. It's definitely pavement. And I'm going to drop him down right about there. Yeah, it's definitely pavement, as you can see. There's a little dirt section right there. This section, either way, left or right. So, okay, pavement, one direction. And that's chip seal. So, all right, I'm going to keep heading in this direction. All right. Oh, look at this. We've got the town of Maypearl, so we might as well visit Maypearl. And we've got a potential store stopped option. There's also a Dollar General. It's a well-known option. Let's put the little guy, I should say the route, just through town, so we can have a bit of a wander around town. Oh my gosh, look at this. Chambers Creek Brewing Company. So if I was riding this route, I would 100% stop there, especially if it was open on a weekend, and have a bloody brew during the ride. That right there is a winning route, Trendsetters. Haha. Right, so this has to be pavement, I'm going to guess. This is a tasty looking area. I rode out in Dallas area a little while ago, a couple of years ago. Unfortunately, my trip was cut short by bloody piss and rain. So I plan to return, and I'm definitely going to ride in this area. So that's chip seal, or crap pavement if you prefer. So now the goal is to, head towards Grandview. So we've got quite a view away from the road surfaces here, and you got some clues there. So obviously these roads that have been driven by the Google car may be pavement, maybe not. There's also some roads that are potentially mixed surface, who knows. Let's just keep plotting on. Right, so go to there. Okay, so we've got mixed surfaces. Hello, what's up there? Looks like there's a change of dirt up further. Let's have a look at that. No, it's definitely hard pack of some kind. All right, well, I'm gonna head a little bit south west. This is definitely going to be hard pack. Yep. Zoom out. All right, let's see. I'm just curious. Yeah, this road here. So obviously it looks like we've got pavement, but this road, let's have a look at it. Put the little guy right there, drop him down. Oh, okay, look at that. That's definitely dirt. So let's plot the routes. All right. Oh, look at that. There is the legendary alpacas of Texas. So you can always say hello if you want to. All right, change the route color. We're definitely going on this nice little section of dirt road. And then we drop into, I'm guessing, pavement on road 66. And I want to head west. Not much of a bike lane there, is there? Hopefully it's not a very busy road. Let's zoom out here. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of options from this point, especially heading in a westerly direction. See, this stuff here is probably all going to be private, I'm going to guess. So first of all, let's just switch the road color back to blue and drop a little Google guy right there. See what happens. Oh, there's dirt. Okay, well that's interesting. Let's zoom out here. I'm going to put it in the satellite view, even though it looks like dirt on the Google Street View. It obviously heads south, but you know, this road here, okay, that looks completely dodgy. And maybe continues to Hill Country Road. I don't know. In fact, I rode the other side of it, as you can see in the map. Just for giggles, let's just place a little Google bloke right there on the corner. Okay, that does look legit. Alright, but really to test it, I'm going to put it into satellite view and zoom way in. Alright, so that looks good. It's hard to say this road. Yeah, I don't know. It's 50-50. It might be okay, but it might also be some bloke's bloody driveway, which I have a feeling it is. It just looks like one big piece of property, just from the layout of the land. Like you've got farm buildings here, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to choose that for now. Now, some local, they might be able to confirm that. Actually, there's something I have been used here, and it's right there. Look at the heat maps. That's what is this metric is garnered from people uploading their rides to RidewithGPS. Now, I generally don't turn the songs like the surprise factor. Let's just click and see what happens. All right, right there is a clue. No one's riding this road, so that should tell you that that road's probably knackered, private, and so on. So we're not going to take it. But I'm not going to trust the global heat map. That just takes the complete fun out of the route planning for me. I like the mystery. All right, so right there, and you notice there's my route from earlier. That's kilometre 21. We're up to kilometre number 97 right now. I plot everything in kilometres. I ride in kilometres. That's how it is. All right, so yeah, okay, we're going. So yes, we're definitely going back to dirtier. So that's a nice sign. All right. So change the road color back to brown. We've got a few options here, haven't we? Oh boy, lots of choices. Let's zoom out. Well, let's have a look at this corner here. So again, I've got no free view. Stick it into satellite mode. Zoom in. See what's going on. Oops, I've gone the wrong place. What the hell? See, it's hard to see sometimes. All right, that's where I was at that point there. So, yeah, okay. That, to me, is some bloke's farm field. I don't think that's a legit road at all. I mean, you could risk riding it, but yeah, I probably wouldn't. All right, so let's zoom out. So we're going to disregard that. It's a bummer because this might be a really cool little section. I mean, I might ride it if I'm out there visiting. Let's just say that. Now, okay, we're back onto pavement maybe, this section. We are indeed. So, you need to head north. And you see these roads go nowhere, so head north. Now, we've got a couple of choices here. We can go back on ourselves, rejoin our route, and ride back into town. That's pretty much a given. That's easy. Or we can see what this section up here holds. And yes, here's a couple of clues here. Look at this. You're seeing Beaumont Ranch. So this could be spicy. What would be nice is to ride this road here and then end up on this road, then back into town. Now, I'm a bit skeptical, to be honest with you, about this. But for the purposes of this video, I'm going to plot it potentially. So I'll put it in a satellite view. We have to definitely use satellite view for this one. It hasn't been ridden or driven probably. Actually, let's just do the heat map, see what's going on here. Oh yeah, no one has ridden that. Okay, so let's put it into the blue, from blue to brown, I should say. Okay, so that looks good there, no problems. Some dude's house, another house right there, no worries. Another person's house right there, looks good there. Okay, now let's just go back to map view because I lost my bearings. This always happens. All right, so yeah, we don't want to go anywhere near Beaumont Ranch. So we want to take this road north and end up on this road here, 102. So let's do this. Let's look at this end with the Google Street person, dude, whatever. All right, so see that there? That's a fence, obviously, and that's probably the road you'd have to take. Now, you know, it's probably going to be private property, and I'm not condoning this whatsoever. Like I mentioned a moment ago, the safest way back in from this point in town to the side of the route is to cross over 35 West, take 67, just follow the route, basically 5 miles out, just take the same route you've left town on, etc. But if you're an adventurous type, and I am, we're going to see if this works. I'm not going to save this route, so yeah. Let's zoom right in. Okay, so yeah, this is looking a bit spicy. Right, so there is a house of some kind. Looks like an old trailer, and it looks a bit knackered, to be honest with you, from the view, from street view. Sorry, satellite view. It's really hard to say what's there. It looks like a track, doesn't it? Okay, yeah, this is. I don't even know if I'd ride this myself, but we'll plot it out. Yeah, this is definitely 100% dodgy, this part of the route. There's some kind of little crossing there. It's got a creek or something right there. And yes, yeah, okay, so there we go. So you obviously have to ride around this fence or jump the bloody thing. And then you're back onto pavement. Again, not the best option right there. So you may not be a scofflaw, etc., and potentially follow that routing example. But anyway, so we're almost back into the start town of Grandview, and that's all nice pavement. Look at that, chip sealish, beat up, etc. And oh, this is amazing. There is the start of the route. So we'll just finish it, and there we go. That's how I made a route out of Grandview, Texas, about 112 kilometers in length, with apparently 756 meters of climbing, which is about 3,000 feet. No, it's less than that, 2,500 feet, whatever it is. Anyway, I hope you found this to be helpful.
So there you have it, Trendsetters, my video on how to produce fun, amazing and more routes that start and end potentially in an area where you don't reside. Definitely not for everybody. That point aside, thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the Gravel Cyclist YouTube channel for interesting content such as this. No bullshit gravel bike reviews, other product reviews. What else? Ride experience videos. Did I say that already? Yeah. General madness. That's right. As all of it is released to the channel. I'll see you. I think LGC is photographing my bike or something. In the next video.